video is brought to you by Sutco Transportation. Now hiring Class 1 drivers in the residual division in Creston, Kelowna, West Kootenays, and in Vernon. Logging division, Class 1 drivers in Castlegar. Also international drivers, so Kettle Falls, Washington, and Priest River, Idaho. Got some positions open there. Then we got a new position open, a dispatcher for, just says transportation. I don't know if that's a wood chip dispatcher or a logging dispatcher or highway dispatcher. As far as I know, we still have our highway dispatchers, so. And then we've got inside sales representative in Kelowna, logistics broker in Kelowna, maintenance manager, heavy duty equipment, remote transportation broker in Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario, and Vancouver, and a sales representative in Kelowna. So we've got a whole bunch of jobs up there. Head over to thesutherland.group/join our team. See all the positions that are up there. They come and change. There's always new positions up. Sometimes because the company is growing that quickly, they need to hire more people. Sometimes people have been promoted up and need to fill in positions, and sometimes people have found different career opportunities. So companies that size where you're always hiring somebody, but still small enough that you're still not a number, right? It's the boss knows you by name, so it's kind of nice. Good morning. Here at the Vernon scale, just north of Vernon, median scale. Just checked all my straps. It's a messy day out here. Still have that load we loaded on Friday. Headed up to Kamloops. Beautiful square load. I wish all my loads were that beautiful. Sure makes life easier. Hammer down. It's starting to snow harder here. Definitely picking up. All clear. Looks like our plans have changed again. That's part of trucking. Plans will change. So headed up to Kamloops. It's now 9:30 a.m. I decided to leave later because the plans had changed. I'm like, wait, I can't load till tomorrow in Grand Forks. In that case, I'm not leaving early today. I mean, I still got up at 6:30 in the morning, but that's not early, that's just normal morning time. And then the truck wouldn't start up in the morning. It said starter overheated. I'm like, dude, it's It's been sitting here for 2 days without running. How can the starter be overheated? Had to wait 5 minutes and then I could start up, and I'm like, it makes no sense at all. So it's got to be a sensor. It did that last week and the week before in the middle of the week all of a sudden. So you just got to wait 5 minutes and reset itself, and then you're good to go. But it's happening more and more often, so I will get the boss to put that on the list of things to be fixed. Some kind of sensor that thinks the starter is hot. A little nerve-wracking turning the engine off at border crossing, not knowing if it'll start up again right away. Turn the engine brakes on. Slow her down, down. No Jess this week. That's okay, we're running really low on food in the truck, pre-made meals that she makes. So she's gonna make some this week. That way we're not eating restaurant food all the time. Sure, a lot healthier. So we're taking 97 northbound. To stay on 97, you had to make that exit. If you didn't make the exit, then you would have been on 97A. Yeah, definitely more snow up here. Already regretting leaving that front-facing mirror cam out. That's not going to work out for us. We're going to be down to 2 cams again. Dash cam and rear-facing cam. I guess I need to figure out how to mount the mirror cam inside when it's snowing. Like the good old days. I just don't have that kind of mount set up right now, so I'll have to figure that out. I might even be at home, the one I need. I remember one sitting on the couch. Should have picked that up. Man, I don't know what to talk about when Jess isn't here. Well, last week I said we're likely going to be running a Super Bee this week. It does not look like that way. They found a bunch of loads for this trailer, so maybe I'll be staying on this trailer all week. Radio's pretty quiet today. Well, these days, just hit scan. Sounds like a lumber mill. That's gonna be the Sutco lumber mill just down the road. Whoever's radio that is, they're pretty far away. roads are good here. It's exactly 0 degrees Celsius. The shoulder's got what, an inch of snow? Wet snow. Alright. Exit over here, West Side Road, to the left. That brings you all the way back to West Kelowna on the west side of the lake. Beautiful drive. Coming through the Okanagan and you've never taken the West Side Road, I recommend it. It's definitely slower, but it's more scenic. Well, 97 past Kalamalka Lake is pretty awesome too, so I can't say it's more scenic, it's just different scenic. Stop by Fintry Falls, do the hike up hundreds of steps. Good exercise. Turn the scanner off because it's just staticky. Left the radio on, it's just on LAD 1. Hard little climb, four-way flashers on. So yeah, this road leads to Kamloops. But first we go through some small towns like Westwold and Falkland. We are down to 28 kilometers per hour. She's a steep little hill. Not a very long hill, but she's always steep and slow when you're this heavy. Realize I have to untarp in snow. Yay, that'll be fun. we go, back up to speed. Surprised nobody's catching up with me and passing me. Excuse me. Yeah, that left lane is starting to get a little slushy there. I have to be careful. Still 0 degrees Celsius even with the elevation gain here. Yeah, confirmed. Open both ways. Guess someone's worried about their weight or something. So you got a ticket last year for being 300 over. That's a bit nitpicky from CVSE. That wouldn't make me happy if I got a ticket for only being 300 over. I think I might go to court for that. Really? Somebody that gets a ticket for that doesn't understand how hard it is for a truck driver to get their weights right. We've got the PSI gauge. Some trucks don't even have that, but we got the PSI. I have the PSI gauge. I go off of that. But half a PSI difference is a huge difference in weight. The needle is just a tiny hair width little higher. All of a sudden I'm way overweight. So getting that exactly right is tricky. I weighed this load at the Cleaton scale, and I am legal, but it's a heavy load. I am barely legal. Decide if it's cold in here or hot in here. I can't get the temperature right. It's like one click on the dial, it gets too hot. One click back, it gets too cold. Problem with this kind of snow, this type of weather, the truck gets so grimy and the windshield, you got to keep washing it because the amount of dirt you get on it, all this road grime. And the mirrors on this truck are designed so poorly, it sucks all the road grime that hits the front of the mirror right around onto the mirror, so my mirrors become almost useless in the weather like this. Turn your headlights on, peoples. I need to see you. Without your headlights, I cannot. That is with the heated mirrors on. video I did a couple of weeks ago, let me show you something. I got a few comments that just turn your mirror heat on. I'm like, a lot of truckers don't have mirror heat, and I had mine on. Seems like it's just staying right at 0 degrees, so the roads are nice as far as grip goes. I know I just complained about how messy they are, but at least as far as grip goes, they're nice. With a snow plow, I like it. Had my 3D cookie for breakfast. A triple chocolate muffin. Basically, it's a chocolate muffin with chocolate chunks and chocolate chips in it. It's like a 3D cookie. I'm the cookie monster, right? It's just a cookie that's puffed out. There's nothing healthy about that muffin. If I put icing on top of the muffin, would it be called a cupcake then? Train track there, but I doubt we'll see a train on it. I think it's one of those train tracks that gets a train once a day or once every couple of days. And the tracks are nice and clear. It looks like it's already run today. Coming up to Falkland. I guess I got the town's order wrong, didn't I? Falkland comes first. We came here this year for the Stampede. That was an awesome little Stampede. It was fun. Here we go. Welcome to Falkland. The 50-kilometer signs are all caked with snow. Kind of hard to read this signage. There's a coffee joint over here, so you see truckers always pulled over here running in for their coffee. No Tim Hortons, but you can get your coffee at the Petro Pass, or I think it's just down the road here is another coffee place. Can't remember which building it is. It's a little home place here. Little mom and pop shop. Maybe it's not even there anymore. I see people running in for coffee. Don't think this. Not the Canco. I might be wrong. Might just be the Petro-Canada. Here's the fairgrounds on the left. You see truckers parking here all the time. Oh, they've got an outdoor ice rink with under that shed there. So it's sort of outdoor ice rink. I wonder what the skating is on there. It might be worth coming up here to go skating. We need to get by skates. We really do. Excuse me. All right, we are to that point of the video. Everybody says the video should end, and some days I do. Some days I end the video at a 30-minute mark. Most of the time I do 45 to an hour, right? I like that we're not pigeonholed to always try to meet a certain time. It's starting to rain here. Just did say it was supposed to switch from snow to rain today. It's going to be awfully slippery tonight once it freezes. It's good for us now, the rain, but it's going to be slippery later on. So people ask me in the comments every now and then. It's not a. It's a good question. It's a logical, good question that should actually be asked. And that is, why don't you shoot your videos and then cut them shorter, cut out all the boring stuff anytime I don't talk, cut all the stuff out where I'm not talking, and you can hide those cuts by flipping cameras. I've done this and none of you have ever noticed. You ever notice I never or often don't sit at a red light very long? Flip cameras. When I come to a stop, flip to other camera, cut all the red light out, and then that camera goes to the green light. And same with driving down the road like this. I could be shooting the forward-facing cam or the dash cam, and then flip to the rear-facing cam, cut out 5 minutes of the road where I didn't say anything, and then flip back to a front forward-facing, cut out another 5 minutes, and then we're just a little further down the road and nobody noticed. You can do it pretty good and cut that out and none of you guys would ever notice. It would make the video shorter, would make it more exciting. There's 2 reasons I don't do that. I watch other YouTubers, and as a local, when I see these YouTubers motorcycle or RV through an area and see the cuts are way out of order, nothing actually makes sense in how you shot this video. It's like, oh, you're coming through BC. Yeah, but you shot 5 minutes from 10 hours down the road, and now you're shooting video over here, and then you're cutting video back and forth and time traveling to maybe even more than 1 day. And it's like, okay, anyone that doesn't know would never notice. But if you're in the area, it drives me nuts. I guess that's one reason. I guess I have more than 2 reasons. The other thing is, I want to give you guys the real trucking feel. The real traveling feel when we do vacation. Not just trucking, travel. This is actually what this road feels like. Not like when you're playing trucking simulator or something where everything takes so short, so little time. Real life takes long time. There are boring sections in between. Like this is boring. I need to do the cuts so that I just hit town after town after town. And only while I'm talking, none of these dead spills. And yes, that would make me more money. I know that. The retention would be there, people would watch for longer. Some of my most loyal followers in the comments have said these things. And I know. But there's so many other truckers that do exactly that. So many RVers that already do exactly that. Road trip people that do exactly that already. And I guess I should copy them because they're doing something well and it's working for them. But what makes me different from them then? And yes, change can be good, change can be bad, but change inevitably will happen. So my videos will change. If you go to my videos from 5 years ago, no hood in the shot, just the road, 1 camera, terrible mic audio. Change will happen. Sometimes for the better, sometimes worse. Sometimes we try some camera angles that none of you guys like, that I thought was a good idea, but no, hard out no. But I don't want to lose the soul of what it's easy to follow the algorithm. And the algorithm says you should do this thing. It's easy to get lost there and tweak your videos to do the algorithm thing. But then you lose your soul. You lose why you're doing it. You lose the reason why you're doing this. If it's no longer fun for me, what's the point of it? And another big reason is I drive 10 to 14 hours a day. I guess not 14, 10 to 13 hours a day in a 16-hour shift. I work a whole bunch more than that on tarping and loading and unloading. I work up to 14 hours a day in a 16-hour shift. If I want 8 hours of sleep, that gives me 2 hours to do other things, including editing this video. So I just don't have the time to do a thorough listen to everything, cut out everything. I don't actually listen to these videos or watch them. I scrub through them, so I drag the cursor at like 5 times speed through the video and try to cut the video from camera to camera that's got the better angle. Westwold. Welcome to Westwold. If somebody knows the reason for that name, it's a weird name. I don't know if that's a last name or something. Westwold. Maybe wold means something in a different language, like village, or because it's west something. It's got to mean something in a different language. But yeah, that's why I don't do a whole bunch of jump cuts. And yeah, I could hide those jump cuts by cleverly switching between the 3 cameras. And of course, the other YouTube videos that do really, really well out there that I would like to do, I actually would like to do this, it's just not feasible, and that is live streams. Long live streams, like the full day live stream. Did we talk about this recently? I'm having deja vu. Maybe I already gave this speech. Oh well, giving it again. Because I guess the comments keep coming. Live streams do not work in the mountains. I think they might work with some cutting out if I had something like Starlink. Some of the mountains are narrow enough that Starlink might not even be great. I think if we got Starlink, I wouldn't live stream every day because I want to keep videos like this. But maybe we could do live Wednesday or something, right? Or Wednesdays are just live videos. Monday, Tuesday, pre-recorded videos. Thursday, Friday, pre-recorded videos. Have a live stream. Why in the middle of the week instead of a Monday or a Friday? I don't want the whole world to know where I spent my weekend. I mean, I've shown you guys where I live. But even a live stream Wednesday might be weird. People might want to invite me to a coffee, which is perfectly understandable. I just don't do coffee. I don't do the social thing, and I actually like meeting people. I like Blue Man has come and met me after a live stream, and it was awesome. Said hi, talked for a little bit, and he went on his way. I would have probably talked a little longer, but spend 5-10 minutes talking and then move on if I'm not busy, right? It was at the end of my day. I had some time. I wasn't editing video. It was a good conversation. So I don't mind people meeting up with me, but to do that every day, maybe not. Especially since there's the hate comments. I'm getting more and more of those down below. It's like the ones that say, "You're a terrible driver, should have never gotten your class 1 drivers, go back to McDonald's where you belong." It always made me laugh. I'm like, oh, cool. My channel's big enough to get these comments now. This is neat. It's like a rites of passage, right? It's like, oh. Also, I'm getting a few comments that talk about me instead of talking to me. And that feels weird to me, but I've heard other YouTubers talk about that happens. When the comment section no longer talks to you, they start talking about you, to each other about you. I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. So I've had 1 or 2 of those already. Apparently that's going to be a rites of passage as well when those comments happen regularly. Now, as far as the hate comments, I do 1 or 2 things with them. I delete them or I pin them. So if you see me pinning a hate comment, please pile on. I mean to pin that comment so you guys can all reply to that comment. A pinned comment is a comment that will show up right at the top of the comment section. So I usually do 1 of 2 things. Delete it or pin it. Last week I pinned 2 comments. I guess last week would be, 3 weeks ago for you guys. Maybe 4 weeks ago. Because these videos are far from live. But I guess we should probably call it a day here. Hey, let's go by this lake here and then we'll call it a day. That train track is not clear, so I'm wrong about the train having run on here because a little bit back, I was too busy talking, we saw the maintenance equipment on the train track, so the train has not run over here, so it's just the maintenance equipment that has run. And seeing this maintenance equipment on the track, we're not actually going to see a train today either. In the winter, you see a lot of people ice fishing on this lake, Monte Lake. I don't know if it's pronounced Mont Lake or Monte Lake. I think it's Mont Lake, something like that. Forest fire came through here a couple of summers ago and burnt down the whole Mont Resort area. Quite a shame. They've started rebuilding a bit, but there used to be a big building over here on the left-hand side between the road and the lake where you see the railings and stuff that kind of dock, the steps going down. There used to be a building here. It's all gone. Here on the left-hand side, you see new buildings because the old buildings all got burnt. On the right-hand side, those got saved. It was kind of hit and miss. Some buildings got saved, some buildings did not, depending on how the embers fell. Little community of Monte Lake is this over here. It's just a couple of houses. Monte Lake unincorporated, just a couple of farms close together, close to each other. Little convenience store. But anyhow, I'm gonna bail out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoy editing these videos together and shooting the videos and talking to you guys. Without you guys, I'd be all lonely in here, especially weeks like this where Jess isn't along. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the thumbs ups and the comments, and I guess just the watch time. And those of you that have hit the join button, there's 20 of you right now. It's the highest people that have ever been members, so thank you. That's another marker we've passed, a new record. Thank you. For now, I was gonna say we. For now, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably in the US of A. You guys rock. Ooh. Okay, go ahead. I won't honk at you there. I was gonna honk and then the car decided to pass me. I'm doing the speed limit. Shh, doing over the speed limit. Not a lot though. Don't tell anyone. Okay, is that enough room? Okay, here we go. As Jess would say, adios.